Good early afternoon. We are live. You joined us on the Blue Plate Special. I'm Andy Andrews. We'd like to welcome you here to the Financial District of Orange Beach, Alabama. We're here at the Wharf. Wisdom Harbor Studios here at the Wharf in Orange Beach, home of the famous escalator statues and, of course, Sand Dollar Lifestyles, the cornerstone of the Wharf. This shirt is from Sand Dollar Lifestyles, our sponsor, Mr. Andrews Apparel, given by Sand Dollar Lifestyles at the Wharf. Do you remember when all the television shows used to have that? I remember on Let's Make a Deal, Monty Hall's Apparel by Botany 500. And there was somebody that wore some stuff from Dicker and Dicker of Beverly Hills. Do you remember them? I don't know. Hey, if you're joining us on YouTube, please click that share button and share, because today it's going to be amazing. Today we're going to count down the top 10 worst singers of all time. That's what we're doing. And it's gonna be a beautiful experience for you, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're on Facebook, please share. If you're on Facebook, also just click that notification button and make sure you turn the notifications on your phone. That way, when we go live here for something on Facebook Live, you will be notified. Also, we'd like to say hi to the people on Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube, and of course the Wisdom Harbor people. You guys on wisdomharbor.com, you're the champs. Okay, and of course the Thursday show, wisdomharbor.com. If you haven't joined wisdomharbor.com, come on, what's going on? I mean, this is less than you're paying. This is less than you pay for a gallon of gas. And we've got 18 captains delivering content, and these captains are master chefs, comedians, CEOs, best-selling authors, coaches, songwriters. We've even got a songwriter, Jimmy Erie, giving guitar lessons on Wisdom Harbor, and he's the guy who wrote "I Drive Your Truck," or he wrote "I Called Mama" for Tim McGraw. But anyway, you guys need to be. And if you're on YouTube, click that subscription button. Judith DeWitt, good morning from chilly but sunny Spokane Valley, Washington. Janine Crosby, good afternoon. Sherry Drake, Kim Carnes. Remember Kim Carnes? I wonder if that's well, it is the Kim Carnes. And so whatever Kim Carnes you are the Kim Carnes. And I'm thinking about another Kim Carnes that did that song. She's got Betty Davis eyes. Remember that? That was Kim Carnes. She's got Betty Davis eyes. And you remember the guy, Marty Feldman, that had the eyes like that? Somebody did a song that she's got Marty Feldman eyes, which I thought was better than the original. Lori Brewer Wheeler, good afternoon from the magnificent state of Ohio. In the studio, we have a great house here in the studio. We have Lauren Garofalo from Gulf Shores. Where is Lauren? Hey, Lauren, how are you? Renee Gilmore from Gulf Shores. Got some Gulf Shores, got some local people coming in. And Sherry Woody from Gulf Shores. Hey, Sherry, how are you doing? We're so glad y'all are here. I mean, you know, we consider ourselves a local resource, but we have more people from Michigan and Indiana and Taiwan that come in here than people come from Orange Beach and Gulf Shores. So, Diane Jeffrey from Foley. Hey, there's another local person. All right, it's local day here at Wisdom Harbor Studios. Tina Seibert from Gulf Shores. This is just unbelievable. This is unbelievable. This is great. Betsy Brunette from Fishers, Indiana. Where's Betsy? Hey, we're glad to have you even if you are from another country. there. Okay. It's great. And who's this from Norman, Oklahoma? Lorraine Weaver? Lorraine Weaver from Norman, Oklahoma? Lorraine came in and left. Now, do we know who you guys are? Nobody's asked? Mandy, find out who they are, so that we can know. And Bonnie Nix saying hello from Kentucky. That's closer to us from Indiana there. Chris Comer, good afternoon, buddy. Chris is one of our coaches on the Life Skills Project. And Chris, that class is filling up. And if it's not already filled, but you need to go to Life Skills. Is it Life Skills?
AndyAndrews.com/skills.
AndyAndrews.com/skills.
Link will be in the chat box.
And the link will be in the chat box. And so, but Chris Comer is the life coach for the Notice of Returns, which has the parenting stuff, the Alzheimer's stuff, the grieving from a lost loved one stuff, and the entrepreneurial stuff from Jones in there. But it's an 8-week course, and they're going through that book once a week, and the course is just about it's coming up. It's about to start. It's like less than 2 weeks away, I think. But the class is about to fill. Small classes done live on Zoom. I see Tammy Nance. Tammy Nance, hey. Tammy is she is our director of communications here at Wisdom Harbor. She's also the life skills coach for the book The Little Things, which is going to be a hilarious class. So that's just an 8-week class, and so that's going to be great. Johnny Hall. Was it Rosemarie who wore the furs? Okay, Rosemarie on I guess that was on Hollywood Squares. Rosemarie with furs from Dicker and Dicker of Beverly Hills. Wow. Leslie Ann Tarabella. We love Leslie Ann here at Wisdom Harbor. Leslie Ann is one of the WisdomHarbor.com coaches. She's a best-selling author and awesome speaker, and she also loves Betty Davis eyes. So it's Bob and Janet Jones from Pearland, Texas. Wow, Texas really is kind of another country. You guys, the Republic of Texas there. But man, right front and center, we got the local people, and on the sides we have Indiana and Texas. This is great. Clive Head from Swindon in the UK. Love what you can do. Yeah, I absolutely say hi to you, Clive, in the UK. What time is it over there? Is it early morning or late night? I don't even remember. Who is that? Who's this? Oh, Marcy Crosser Taylor from Pasco, Washington. And you love the Professional Noticer today? Oh my gosh, have you seen that? Have you seen the Professional Noticer? This is a killer episode of the Professional Noticer. If you haven't seen it, we've got T.G. Shepard as our guest, and he told a story that will blow your mind about roller skating football with Elvis when he was 15 years old. I mean, this story that's a gold medal story.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's so cool. I've listened to it like 3 times.
Yeah, that's just a gold medal story. So you got to watch. John Mason Smith, hey buddy, from Amelia Island. Guess who is sitting right there? Dan Stone is sitting right there. Dan Stone is one of the captains on Wisdom Harbor. He's also the life skills coach doing the Traveler's Gift. So, but he's here with me today, John Mason. Okay, are you guys ready to get into the top 10 worst singers of all time? And we're going to give you an example. Now, and I got to tell you, I don't know if this will be your favorite show ever, okay? But this will be a favorite show of mine because you and I've already talked to, I sent a text to several entertainers, and I said, okay, I'm doing this live Blue Plate special, top 10 worst singers. And some of them texted back and said, I hope you're not mentioning me. And And I said, well, I'll mention you if you're watching the show, but not in this context. But I know they're watching. So Joe Bonsall of the Oak Ridge Boys is watching, and I know Wes Hampton, Grammy winner Wes Hampton, is watching. Don Reed, the Statler brothers, and Jimmy from the Statler brothers. So also watching. Mark Lowry is watching, and Gloria Gaither is watching, which makes me a little bit embarrassed. But you gotta understand the context that we're presenting these in. Okay. One of the things that entertainers love, I mean, that they just dearly love. I mean, everybody passes around texts and YouTubes and all like this, but entertainers have this like private little stream going through. Jimmy Erie, songwriter and captain of Wisdom Harbor, is watching. You know, there is a line, a thread that goes through to entertainers that's privately, and we talk about it. Entertainers love great entertainment and horrible entertainment. They love both. They can be entertained by either. Just don't want something mediocre. Just give me Andrea Bocelli or the guy with the speech impediment that can't carry a tune. Either way, we're fine. We're fine. You know, I mean, I remember as a little kid being forced to go to this small church. Eureka Holt, good evening. It's evening in Sweden. You're watching from Sweden. Awesome. Glad to have you here. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. So, but I remember being in church, because I got to tell you, this is where this list comes from. This list comes from, they come from church. I mean, you know, there's rarely a more obvious place for bad singers to volunteer and be accepted than in church. And I remember being in a Christmas cantata. They called it a cantata. This was in Mississippi, and I was in high school, and I was with some friends. And there's going to be moments here that I'm going to reference this, but have you ever, you know, there are places that you just don't want to laugh, and because you don't want to laugh, it makes it worse, all right? Church is one of them. Funerals steps it up another, okay? But I was at this Christmas thing, and the choir came out, and they were mediocre, which I was just bored out of my mind. I was just bored. It was like 22, 24 of them, and bored out of my mind singing Christmas music. But then I became aware of something that was taking place, and that was that it seemed to me that everybody was getting a solo, that they were kind of taking turns, and as this evening progressed, everybody, and I thought to myself, I said, self, what are the odds that with 22, 24 mediocre singers, what are the odds that one of them's not going to be horrific? And so I began to be more interested in the evening. The anticipation began to grow until finally this one guy who, as God is my witness, and he is, this guy stepped forward who looked a little bit like Barney Fife, but he had a lower voice, and he started with "Oh Holy Night," and it was, "The holy night, the tide, the bright, let And I just about came unglued. I just about came unglued. Long live the red and tin and never penny, buddy, and the pit and the boats and the were born on the meat. I mean, he was in pitch, but the words were like pig Latin or something. I mean, it was Mississippi to the 10th power. It was unbelievable. Okay, so we're going to start this countdown with, I think, the only one that was not from church, okay? Because as I was searching through my collection that we pass back and forth to people, and you know, Mark Lowry, Sandy Patty, Amy Grant, Vince Gill, we're sitting around and go, hey, watch this, and you know, somebody will go, oh, that's fake, and somebody say, no, I know him, and so this is the first one, number 10, going down 10 to 1. Number 10 is the only one not from church. This is a morning news duo from WGN in Chicago doing a Christmas song, and she could play the piano, and he kind of thought he could sing. So let's watch a little clip of this.
Wait, hold on, I gotta go.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God as our Father. Brothers all are we. Let me walk with my brother in perfect.
Okay, see, now,
Will you wait a second?
I love this. I love it because she is starting to laugh. I mean, she just can't. I mean, I just love that when she starts to laugh. It kind of sounds like Ralph from the Muppets a little bit, didn't he? Or maybe Fozzie Bear imitating Ralph, I guess. Anyway, all right, number nine here. Now, number 9, this is at a funeral. And we're just going to play a little clip of this for you. And I know you have heard the song Amazing Grace. This is different. This is Oh Amazing Grace. All right, let's roll this.
Amazing grace. I want people to sing with me too. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
Okay, I love how the organist is trying to kind of keep up with him there, you know. I've heard about people expressing their feelings when they're singing, especially at a funeral, but the pain and the suffering in this version is just amazing. I mean, what I wouldn't give to see close-ups of that crowd. I mean, I just give anything. All right, number 8. Now here we go. Now this one will get you. This one will get you. This is church to about the 5th power. Okay, this is now. You know how there was this transition 20, 30 years ago, maybe 10. Some of us where somebody they went from traditional church to what they call contemporary worship, and there was this arguments, about we don't need drums in there, and this is contemporary. Can't we just sing a hymn? Okay, this is what happens when contemporary worship gets out of control. All right, here we go.
Strong in victory, we can claim the rights that God gave you and me. We can live above all principality. As we move with God, His power lies within, giving us the strength to conquer and to win. We've got all the enablements His love and grace provide. Now we put that truth within our hearts and walk with all God's might. The renewed mind is the key to the Christ in me. The renewed mind is the key to the Christ in me. The renewed mind is the key to the Christ in me. We know that the renewed mind is the key to the power that we need. The world is gonna see that it's Christ in me. We know that the renewed mind is the key to the power that we need. It's the only
Yeah, yeah.
song in victory.
I mean,
The renewed mind is the key to the Christ
oh
in
my gosh, I mean, contemporary worship has just, that is just, we've just thrown all the barriers out the door. I mean, but hey, Great Commission, what Jesus said, to go into all the world, and this is what happens when one of Vanilla Ice's background dancers gets saved. That's what happens. That's what happens. All right, number seven. Okay, we got a funeral song here, and this one totally reminds me of my childhood. And my dad was a music director, and my mama played piano. And so my mama, while my daddy was sitting up in one of those king chairs, while somebody was singing a solo or something, and he, and I'm down there and he's looking right at me. My mama is playing piano, and she's looking right at me like this. And for the most part, I was really good because I sat with my friends, and for the most part, I was really good at making them laugh. People look at me sometimes and they say, "Were you like the class clown?" No, I was not the class clown. The class clown is the guy who runs naked across the football field in freezing weather. I was the one who talked him into doing it. Okay, and so in church, for the most part, I could hold my face. Even when I would sing something, like we'd be singing a hymn and I'd change the words just a little bit, just enough for my friends to hear it, And I remember one Easter morning, Easter morning we sang that song, "Up from the Grave He Arose," and of course my friends' parents were in the choir, so they're looking out. And then my dad's leading the music. So, but we went at Kevin Perkins, right? Kevin Perkins, one of them sitting right beside me. But one Easter morning, I remember the hymn, and when we sang, and I added a little bit when I went, "Up from the grave he rose," and I added the part, "Up from the grave he arose with the mighty booger in his nose." But that part is not in the original hymn. But my friends just collapsed. They just collapsed, and I was still singing and looking at them. Yeah. So for the most part, I could keep a straight face. But occasionally, I would just lose it. I would just lose it. And this song also reminds me of my boys growing up in church, because there was this lady who would sing quite often in church. And I actually have a picture of my boys while she was singing. And my boys still tell stories of Bo Cross being there, and Bo Cross reaching over and just putting his hand over Adam's face. Adam and Austin were probably about 6 and 8. But this song reminds me of this, because I look at the people in a funeral. I look at the people behind her and how straight-faced that they are keeping. But as you watch this, I want you to think about the crowd in front of her and how much y'all want to bet somebody's kids got popped during this song. All right, roll it. Wow. I mean, you know, I think we're clear that she never would have made it. And I don't know how anybody made it through that. I don't know how. The kids, I mean, I give props to the kids in there, because somebody was getting pinched or popped or something. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm getting a lot of comments here, mercies and wows. All right, now I have watched this. Now, you know, the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, they don't make no mistakes. They're just incredible. And I've watched this a bunch of times, and we have passed this amongst us. And so, as we have passed this back and forth, we've had some comments about how this could have happened. And the best we can come up with is that somebody who had a recorder, you remember the recorders we played in the 4th grade? That somebody said, I'll give $100,000 to Make-A-Wish Foundation if my uncle can play the recorder with the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. That's the only way we can figure out that this could have happened. Roll it. Do you reckon for $100,000 he got a VHS of doing that? I mean, whew. I hope Make-A-Wish was happy with that money. That's all I can say. Good grief. All right, number five. Now this one is an undercover one that gets passed around by entertainers. This one, this one is just brilliant, okay? Because this just is brilliant, because you got some mama who thinks she can sing, some daughter who is being forced to be there. I mean, you can plainly see on her face, Mama is making me. This is like Mama's Family on Carol Burnett, okay? This is like Mama is singing and Eunice is there because she had to be. And then they've got a drummer who has headphones on, and he is digging the whole thing, and he is blithely unaware of, I don't know what he's playing to or what he's listening to, but watch this. This is so bad that it is good. This is number five on our list. So bad that it is good. Here we go. This is Myrna and Henrietta. Okay. Oh, that just makes me sweat. I mean, but you got to admit, that's entertainment. I mean, you got to admit. And see, here's the thing. This reminds me, and I can blow this cover now. You ever heard of the band Sawyer Brown? Okay, Sawyer Brown, bunch of #1 hits. These guys are kind of retired now. Okay, I know Mark is producing, and I hope Mark is not watching this because I'm fixing to blow his cover. I did a bunch of dates when as a comedian. I did a bunch of dates with Sawyer Brown. They won Star Search, and then they toured with Kenny Rogers, and they were a big deal. And so I did a bunch of fair dates with them, and they would send their road manager out into the crowd like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when they got there, and people were all just like setting up, and their road manager with a video camera, and they would have him tell people that they were looking for talent, that they were creating a record label and were just looking for some talent, and would you like to audition? And then this guy would video, and then after the show, we'd all sit in the bus and listen and just laugh, I mean, it was cruel. But it was Sawyer Brown's idea, not my idea. It was Sawyer Brown's idea. I did watch. I sinned, okay? But I was not the main sinner, all right? But good grief, man. Okay, number 4. This and let me say about that last one. That was so great that I think there are people out there saying, "The heck with American Idol. Bring back the Gong Show." Because I mean, we don't need anybody that's good. There's enough good singers out there. Let's see somebody that's going, "Yesterday, all my..." And somebody, bam! I mean, you remember the Gong Show? Ah, yeah. Oh, wait, yeah, here's the on. Here's Gene, the dancing machine. Remember that? I mean, the Gong Show is great, and they had people like that last duo on there all the time. So forget American Idol. Let's go Gong Show. All right, number 4. You know, Dan Stone, this preacher in this video goes to the top of my list. I just got to say, of all preachers, he goes to the top of my list because this is a preacher who had guts, he had finesse, and he had the right thing to say. So watch this preacher bookend this bad singer. Here we go.
Gave me a new woman. Wait a minute, bless this sister. I saw this sister. She gave me inspiration when I looked at her. Oh, you gonna sing for us? Thank you. Hallelujah. And guess what that was? That was a boldness for God. Some of y'all can't sing either, but you ain't bold to sing for God.
There you go. Hey. I mean, how many times the preachers, they just sit there, they don't know what to do. They don't know, that dude, he goes, take the microphone. There you go. Some of y'all can't sing either. I mean, I love that guy. That is a smooth preacher. Whew. Oh, I love it. All right. Now, I have to give props to Judy Martin for this next one. Judy Martin of the Martins. If you don't know the Martins, go on YouTube and put in the Martins. This is the most amazing trio, the Martins. Okay? So Judy Martin sent me this. She was the original sender of this video. And when she sent me this, I was so stunned because it's so obviously real, and it's from an older era public television, but it's so obviously real. But there has been a fan club that has sprung up for this guy, and Judy also sent me a mug with this guy's face on it. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm just introducing the clip, but his accompanist, who is his voice teacher, will introduce. And do you remember Eleanora Poultice, who was Barney Fife's voice teacher? Eleanora Poultice was also the one who taught Leonard Blush to sing, and Leonard Blush did the national anthem for the Raleigh Rotary Club. And so he was big time. And so Barney had Eleanora Poultice as it. This lady reminds me of Eleanora Poultice. And as she, as we watch this clip of John Dacre.
Time for me. This year I have made 55 years teaching in this town. And for the students on this show tonight, go to the First United Methodist Church. That includes me. I go to First United Methodist Church. Reverend Jones, Bill Jones opened our show last time, and he's not here tonight. So John Dacre's here, Bob Spencer, Michelle Casey, and I all go to First United Methodist Church. So John is going to sing a song that's very popular nowadays, and it's Christ the Lord is risen today, and he's going to do Amora too, okay?
My name is John Dacre. Lord is risen today, hallelujah. Sons of men and angels say, hallelujah. To your voice and triumphs high, hallelujah. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's glory. Some more. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-ling, ting-a-ling-ling, and the bells ring more. You're in love.
Wow. I mean, what can you say but wow? I mean, that woman, she is the most unsympathetic accompanist ever. I mean, she's playing the piano the same way she drives her hover round at Walmart. I mean, just like pedal to the metal, man. She's plowing through that thing like congestion, like she's on a Caterpillar D8 bulldozer, man. She's not giving any quarter here, but I love I think the choice of songs is very stylish too, because I mean, when you go to church, especially on an Easter Sunday, who doesn't expect to hear Christ the Lord is risen today and that's Amore as a medley? I mean, who doesn't expect that? I mean, happy Easter, everybody. Happy Easter. Okay. All right. Now, number two, I got to tell you, number two, I'm going to get some pushback from my entertainer friends about number two, because they are going to wonder why this guy didn't get number one. All right. This was first given to me by Ben Isaacs. And if you know the Isaacs, Sonia Isaacs is Jimmy Urie's wife. The greatest voices. These people are unbelievable. I mean, go on YouTube, look at the Isaacs, and tell you one to look for It Is Well. The best version of It Is Well, a cappella, you have ever heard in your life with the Isaacs. Ben, Becky, and Sonia. And so we got a bunch of new people coming. You just wait. We're counting down the top 10 worst singers of all time here live on the Blue Plate Special, and we're up to number two. So Ben Isaacs gives me this, and when I watch this, the first thing I think, I look at Ben because he's showing me, and Ben's there, and I said, that ain't real. That ain't real. And Ben said, I'm telling you, it's real. He said, we know him. I said, you know him? He said, he is serious as a heart attack. And I said, really? Now, as I have watched this 50 or 60 times, maybe 100 times, and as we have passed it back and forth and commented on it, it turns out that there are quite a few gospel singers who have met this guy, because he shows up at their concerts and asks if he can sing with them. All right. Now, the first time he did, evidently he got on stage, and it was with Brian Free and Assurance. All right. And so I think that when you watch this, because I've maybe watched this 100 times, and I think when you watch this, the thing that strikes me is the reason that my entertainer friends, they have a point. They have a point that maybe this guy should have been on number one on my list. Because what brings him to such a high level is not just his bad performance, but it's his arrogance. Because his arrogance, as he is telling about himself as he begins this, the last song in evidently a church concert, his arrogance is astounding, and I think brings this to another level. Please welcome James Canup.
Well, this next and final song is going to be one that has made me pretty famous over the last few years. It has took me a lot of places I didn't think I would be at. But it was the first time on stage, New Year's Eve 2002, with one of the best quartets out there today, Brian Free and Assurance. And I was privileged to be able to sing this one with Brian Free. And I don't know if I beat him that night or not, but ever since then we've had competitions. I've wore him out. Not to make me look good or anything, but that's what happened. But this is one that also my friends at my hometown church, Gospel Light Baptist Church in Salisbury, North Carolina, has really made their top choice. So therefore, we're going to finish off with this one. It's called Looking for a City. Looking for a city built above. Looking for a city where we'll never die, where the saint in millions never say goodbye. There we'll meet our Savior and our loved ones too. Come, O Holy Spirit. City where we'll never die, where the saint in millions never say goodbye. There we'll meet our Savior and our loved ones too. Come, O Holy Spirit, our homes renew. Looking for a city where we'll never die, where the saint in millions never sing.
Okay, rescue us. I mean, now you can look this up on YouTube, and it has over 1 million views. And there is even some remixes that have a goat in it, and every time I have said to Ben or to any of these gospel singers that I've said, so James Canup, is that for real? They said, dude, he's serious as a heart attack. He has his own CDs now. And so, but you can watch the entire song if you have the stomach for it, because he changes, he has that key change several times and keeps getting up, and I think this brings context to a Bible verse that, when you hear this Bible verse, and you hear this Bible verse spoken aloud, it's just, if you don't have any context for it, you maybe don't know what's going on. But I think that this brings context to the Bible verse, Jesus wept. I think now we know why. Now we know. I mean, I think that's the first time in history a city was hiding from a person. you may be looking for one, dude, but they are hiding. Leslie Tarabella says her dog just left the room and she don't think he's coming back. Man, the boys, my boys, love that. They have an appreciation for bad things too, just like I do. Now, all right, we're going for the best now. This is number one. So we have something very special for you here. And I didn't want to just play the whole thing, but I wanted you to get a sense of it. So we're going to play the first of it, then we're going to stop and comment just a little bit. Then we'll play a middle section and stop and comment, and then we're going to let this guy take it to the house. All right. Now, I got to say, before I unleash this on you, this has become a family tradition at my house. My wife goes running screaming from the room every time one of the boys turns this on. But one of the boys will turn it on and they'll look very serious. And then we'll hear this music start and we know what's coming. And this is fall in the floor stuff, okay? But I got to say, in this poor guy's, in his defense, Oh Holy Night is a hard song to sing. It's kind of like the national anthem, and it has the lows, it has the highs, and you know there are some tough places in it. And so only the very best can make Oh Holy Night look incredible. People like Wes Hampton, one of our cats, he's a master chef and a Grammy winner, and Wes Hampton can make Oh Holy Night look effortless, soaring to the highest. David Phelps, incredible. Guy Penrod, Oh Holy Night. But only the best can make this song as powerful as it is. And this guy is not the best. Roll it.
Oh, holy night, stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world, sin and error high, till he appeared, and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoicing.
Okay, you get a sense of the drama. You get a sense of the drama. The soul felt its worth. You get a sense that the guy is dramatic, but you're also sensing a little pitchiness here, and you're thinking, warning, could be a disaster ahead. Okay, well let's listen to a little bit from the middle of this song.
Oh, night divine.
So, you know, the guy's got to be thinking, I can get through this. I can get through this. I'm doing this video for my mama. I can get through this. This might be mama's last Christmas. It might be mama's last Christmas. I can get through this song, and I can do it for mama. And so he does get through it. Let's see the ending.
Oh, night divine.
You know it was divine. But the breath is what kills me. It's the breath that kills me. That taking that breath. Oh gosh, it just kills me. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our tromp through the classics. This is kind of what we do on the Blue Plate Special. We don't ever know where we're going. Sometimes we do a top 10 list. What did we do last time? The top 10 best detectives of all time. And then we did the 10 songs that don't mean what you thought they meant.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, so you can go back and look at these in the archives and wisdomharbor.com. We urge you to join. Thursday's show will be only on wisdomharbor.com. And, membership is less than a gallon, not a tank, less than a gallon of gas. And so this is something that you can share with your family if you like great entertainment like we do. So, thanks for being with us. We'll see you Thursday.